Tonight, the massive legal win for President-elect Trump in his Georgia election interference case. A Georgia appeals court kicking District Attorney Fani Willis off the case over the appearance of a conflict of interest due to her relationship with the special prosecutor in the investigation.
I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
The ruling, the latest twist in a winding tale of money, romance, and allegations of election interference. Willis forced to acknowledge a relationship she had with the special prosecutor she appointed to the case, Nathan Wade, and facing allegations she benefited from the relationship by accompanying him on lavish trips funded by payments from her office. Willis taking the stand herself in an explosive disqualification hearing.
I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship.
Insisting the two split costs and that she repaid him for many expenses, but always in cash.
You never wrote him a check? Ma'am, I don't have checks.
You don't have a single solitary deposit slip to corroborate or support any of your allegations that you were paid by Mrs. Willis in cash, do you?
No, sir.
Not a single solitary one.
Not a one.
Willis's testimony about her relationship with Wade, at times unusual.
Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich.
Willis's testimony about her relationship with Wade recalled birthday celebrations and trips they shared.
I spent $900 on each of our tickets to go to Belize. They would pair champagne, chocolate, and caviar. I did 50 big, very big.
But other combative moments earning her this rebuke from the judge.
It's going to be my first time out to caution. We have to listen to the questions as asked. And if this happens again and again, I'm going to have no choice but to strike your testimony.
Judge Scott McAfee ultimately decided to allow Willis to stay on the case, despite what he called a tremendous lapse in judgment, saying that although there was an appearance of a conflict, the defense did not fully prove there was one. But tonight, a Georgia Court of Appeals ruling Willis should be wholly disqualified from the case, saying the appearance of a conflict is enough. The ruling throwing into turmoil what some experts once considered the most legally perilous of Trump's 4 criminal cases. A sprawling indictment on racketeering charges over Trump's alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia.
We look at the facts, we look at the law, and we bring charges.
Willis's office accused Trump of pressuring officials to reverse President Biden's win in the Peach State, pointing to this now infamous call with Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
The indictment leading to a stunning moment in American history, the first mugshot of a former president. Trump joined by 18 co-defendants, a constellation of election attorneys and former administration officials, who Willis said conspired to pull off the election heist.
She's been exposed. I can't imagine they can continue on with that case.
Willis's office plans to appeal this new decision to the Georgia Supreme Court. But if Willis remains off the case, a prosecutor from a different county may pick up the prosecution. That process could be lengthy to revive a case now on life support.
Vaughn Hillyard joins us once again from West Palm Beach, Florida. So, Vaughn, as this case sort of winds through the legal system, as you alluded to there at the end of your report, have we heard from President-elect Trump and his team about this ruling from the appeals court?
We have heard from a spokesman for the now president-elect who said that on November 5th, American voters made their decision and called for the end of, as the spokesman put it, the end of political prosecutions. Of course, we'll wait to see whether the Georgia Supreme Court ultimately puts the District Attorney Fani Willis back on this case. But for now, this is another legal victory for Donald Trump, his team, and a setback for those who sought to hold Donald Trump accountable for what they said was election interference dating back to the 2020 campaign. Tom?
All right, Vaughn Hillyard, we thank you for that. For more on what this means for the election fraud case against President-elect Trump, NBC News legal analyst Danny Ceballos joins us now on set. Danny, we were just talking as we listened to sort of that greatest hits from that one day when she was questioned. You're not surprised by this. Will she appeal this?
She will appeal it, and I'm not surprised. And I wasn't surprised back when Judge McAfee gave his opinion, and here's why. Judge McAfee concluded on the one hand that Willis's and Wade's testimony was very problematic. He said it had the odor of mendacity, Tom. Now, Tom, I looked up the word mendacity, and it's bad. It means not truthful. It means dishonest, right? I'm sure you knew that. I didn't. But that, you can't make that conclusion and then conclude, well, my remedy is that either you're all disqualified or here's an alternative. That one prosecutor, Wade, as long as he goes, everything is fine. From the outset, that was a problematic resolution. It was saying two things at the same time, that the level of dishonesty was significant, but also the remedy doesn't even involve getting rid of the DA, that you had trouble with her testimony. So I am not surprised that the appellate court arrived at this conclusion because they took the original factual findings and said, this is the proper outcome. Now, can reasonable minds disagree? Absolutely. That's why maybe they have a shot when they take it to the next and last stop, which is the Supreme Court, Georgia.
I want to put this up on the screen for our viewers so they can see this. This case obviously doesn't just involve Donald Trump, right? Fani Willis has been working years on this. It involves several defendants, okay? A total of 15, I think, who have pleaded not guilty, along with 4 defendants that agreed to plead guilty. Here it is, to some charges and cooperate with the government. Would a new prosecutor be starting from scratch here? I mean, what happens?
So now this case is essentially adrift with no one at the helm. You have to find a prosecutor's office because it wasn't just Willis that was disqualified. Her entire office was disqualified. So even though the indictment was not tossed, it's a case without a shepherd. There's nobody dragging this case through the process. It is truly adrift. So they need to find someone, whether the attorney general or another prosecutor, is willing to take the case. And if you're an elected official, how interested are you in taking over this garbage fire that has become the case in Atlanta? Probably not.
So the big question, Danny, we have a president-elect coming in. OK, this has just happened. Is this case done? Is this over?
In my opinion, this case was done the minute that hearing that we watched started. This case is in huge trouble. They have no prosecutor. And then even then, they have challenges with the case anyway. This is a jurisdiction that took 8 months to select a jury in a much less infamous trial. This is a place where I think Donald Trump, this case, I've been saying this for a while now. It goes away. I don't know how it's going to go away because there are so many off-ramps for Trump and the other defendants. But one way or another, I think eventually this case goes bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.